What if every morning you already had a short list of jobs that match your CV? In this video, I'll show you how to use AI, specifically Codex, to help you find jobs that match your CV, organize them in a nice list, and have this run every single morning. You'll only need 3 things for this. 1, your resume or your CV. 2, the kind of job you're looking for. And 3, the location you want to search in. So let's dive right in. To start, you'll need to create a folder called Job Search, or you can name it however you wish. Then inside it, you're going to drop your CV or resume. In my case, I'm using a dummy example. So my candidate is called Amina Njeri. She is a senior product manager. Then you're going to see her professional summary. Again, this is just dummy information. You're also going to see her work experience, all the companies she's worked for, then her education, and a few certifications and skills. So this is enough to get us started. Next up, we'll need to download Codex, which is one of the products of OpenAI. So if you use ChatGPT, this is going to be very familiar, but downloading it should be very simple. Go to your browser, type Codex download, hit enter, then whatever you get first, just click on it, then just scroll a bit and you're going to see the getting started section. So here you can download Codex based on the operating system you use. If it's a Mac or if it's a Windows, you get to select it, and once it's installed, it's as simple as signing up or signing in if you really have an account. So after you sign in, you're going to land on this page. And here you're going to see a number of items. So to start with, the new chart, and this is how you get to create new charts. There's a search. Here you can search any existing charts that you have. There's the plugin section. This is a very useful section because you'll get to integrate with all the services you use. So in my case, you're going to see a number of them have been selected, like Notion, presentations, spreadsheets, and the likes. Then there's also going to be the automation section, which is where we're going to be focusing on. But first, let's create the workspace we shall be working in. So in the project section, you're going to see the add new project button. Click on that, then select use an existing folder. If you had already created the job search folder, which has your CV, just click open. Then that's going to be our workspace. If you to quickly type at Amina, which is the CV we had, you're going to see we can easily reference it. So the next thing we need to do is paste this specific prompt. It's going to be a long one, but a very useful one because it's going to set us up properly. So I have it already pre-populated, but I'll attach a template in the description for you to try it out on your own. So what it says is, I want you to help me search for jobs. My CV or resume is already inside this folder. If you wish, you can even tag it at Amina Njeri Demo CV. Then the candidate is Amina Njeri. The kind of jobs I want are, then you list it out. The country you're looking for, list it out again. Then some specific preferences Amina Njeri has. Then after, you give it instructions on what it needs to do. Also, we can give it more context on what job sources to use. So in my case, I just gave it LinkedIn jobs, Brighter Monday, Fuzu, and the likes. In this case, I also want to expand it way further, and I gave it more job boards to use. Then for each job, it's going to create a record which has the company name, job title, location, link of the role. So it means whenever it searches, it's going to pick up the link and populate it in an Excel sheet for us, and a few other data points that are going to be relevant for this job search. Some more rules down here. Then I conclude by asking it to run it once so that we get to see the results. And that's exactly what I'll do. So at this point, it's just a waiting game. Let it do the heavy lifting for you. It's going to do all the searches and populate all the results we get in an Excel sheet. So great, we can see it's done a very heavy job. It actually worked for about 10 minutes 8 seconds, and there's a number of things that we already have. I can see it created a CSV and an Excel sheet. Then it shortlisted about 12 roles, and I can see there's the documents that it created here for me to preview. So let me just click on that. We can make this fuller and maybe stretch this out a bit further. So at this point, I can see a number of companies have been suggested. In this case, I can see based on rank, there's this company called Chansen. I'm hoping that's correct. Chansen International, where they need a regional product manager. It's a role in Kenya. Then there's a link here, which is the fuzo.com link for the role. I can also see a match. So it tells me if it's an excellent, a high stretch, a medium high. And it also goes ahead and tells me why it's a good match. So in this case, I can see it's strong fit for AI assisted operations, financial inclusion, and the rest. Then there's this gaps or risks section or column. And for this specific role, I can see it tells me social impact context is a plus. And if I know French or Kenya-Rwanda, that's also another plus. Then the next column is going to be the application angle. So what it did, it checked my CV and it more or less decided that if I lean more to this specific role that I did, I'll stand a better chance at getting the role, then what to do, and some safety notes. So this is very comprehensive. So let's see what else it did. I can see an Amina job shortlist Excel sheet here. And I think this is a summary of my CV and what exactly it needs to search. Then after that, I can see another notes section here. And for this specific file, these are notes of what the AI did to search for the roles. So if you're happy with this, the next thing to do is come and say, and I'll paste it here. This looks good. Create a daily automation that runs at 7 a.m. local time. And you can improve the prompt as you wish. If you needed to do filters of maybe 10 roles every single day, you can always specify it, maybe just add it in this specific prompt. But I think I am satisfied with this, and I can just hit enter so that we create the daily automation. So amazing. Here I get to see the output after the automation has been created. So it says it created the daily automation, gave it the name Amina Daily Product Job Search, and it's going to run 7 a.m. local time. And if we wish, we can just click on this section and you're going to see the instructions that have been set for this automation to run. And we can also see the status is active. The next turn is going to be today. So I'm recording this past midnight, so that's why it's flagged it as today. The last run is blank because we've just set it up now. Then we can just click on show automation, and here you get to see a bigger or better view of what the automation gets to do. If you wish, you can always manually trigger it with this button. So just click on it and you're going to see the automation is going to run. If you come here, you're going to go back to your chart and it triggers the chart automatically. So at this point, it's going to do exactly what we did before, but now in an automated manner where it does the research and comes up with an updated version of our Excel sheet. So to close the video off, this is very useful for people who search for jobs in multiple job sites. So for instance, maybe you go to LinkedIn and maybe some local job sites that are in Kenya. It's going to save you so much time because every morning at 7 a.m. the automation is going to trigger, do the heavy lifting for you, and just give you a filtered result for you to start with. So if you like this, give it a like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.